Just grab my hand from him, send with me tonight. I run away.
G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD, and welcome back to yet another tutorial on the channel. You guys have asked for this, and today, as you could probably tell from the title, we are learning the running free kick tutorial, or running free kick tactic. Now what this entails is when you get a free kick which is quite a fair distance away from the goal, or close to the goal but not really, on the outside of the pitch, probably about 5-10 yards away from the 18-yard box, that's where this technique is used. And essentially what it does is where your player is run from the pack of the players, okay, into the box to where you've aimed it, and he heads it in, or volleys it in, which I've found it's a very overpowered technique of scoring goals with free kicks in those positions. And lads, your opponent doesn't realize you're doing it. They can't keep track, and that's the brilliant thing about it, is they don't expect it, and you can score easy goals from it. However, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Let's get into the intro, and then let's get into how to do this free kick tutorial. Rightio lads, so for you guys to perform this, you could say glitch tactic, overpowered method of scoring from a free kick, what you will need is the L1 button, the cross button, and let's just say good hand-eye coordination. That is the most important thing. Now I do want to stress to you guys, you will need to practice this technique, because it does take time to learn. Essentially what you need to do is time the run along with the run up of the kicker. So that's where the skill comes in, is you able to time it while keeping your player onside as your free kick taker crosses it in. Now for you to perform this, what you'll need to do is press L1, and what that will do is select one of your attacking players in amongst the the pack of the players over on the other side of the pitch to where you are taking the free kick. And what I tend to do is select that someone who has high jumping and good heading accuracy, and also good volleys, because sometimes your player will end up volleying the the ball, and you obviously need someone to have a good at least a decent amount in volleys on their stats. So essentially someone like Ronaldo, someone like Son, who I've been using throughout the weekend league lately, and if you would have seen, most of these clips that I'm showing you now are from Foot Champions Weekend League. Essentially, select one of those players, and I've been selecting Son, as I just said. So what you then want to do is aim the ball with the cursor, okay, around, let's say 5 to 10 yards in front of the keeper. Okay, you don't want to aim it too close to the keeper. You don't want to aim it too far either, because you want to have your player running into a decent position to obviously score the goal. If it's out too far, it might be harder for him to volley it in or header it in. But if it's closer to the goal, it will be easier. However, you don't want to make it too close, because the keeper will then come and collect the ball. However, what you will then need to do is, once you've aimed the cursor in that area around 5 to 10 yards away from the keeper, you will then need to press the cross button. And what that will do is then give your control back to the player that you had selected, and you are able to run around with that player. Okay, so I'll go through this again. Basically, you need to press L1 when you're in this position. You then need to aim with the cursor that's provided in the 18-yard box. You guys know the yellow cursor that I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys would. If you played FIFA 20, you would know that cursor does exist in that that area of a free kick. Then what you will need to do is press cross, and what this will do is then give you control back to the player that you have selected, and then you will need to start making the run. Now the run is very important, and the reason why, as I said it before, you need to time it, and you need to keep your player onside before the ball is kicked. Obviously, if you do it too late, you're going to be offside. If you do it too early, the player is not going to make the ball. So you're going to need to time this, and that's where this hand-eye coordination comes in. However, when you guys can get this down pat, and I stress this, if you guys can master this technique, you will be scoring goals. I score a lot of goals, and you know, in tight matches, this does work. And I'm sure from some of the clips that you've seen today, you know, I was 1-0 up, or it was a draw, and you know, I scored this to win the game, or to give me that 2-0 lead, which was very important to win the game. And then you will need to time it, as I was saying, run the player in behind, keeping it you know, in sync, and then you will need to press the cross button once again. Okay, so essentially you need to press cross once to then give control back to the player that you had selected earlier, and then you will need to press cross again, and what this will do is make your player who's taking the free kick do the cross, and then that's when you will need to try and at least score the goal. So I'll run through it once again. Okay, it's hard to get in your head and it's hard to master, but if you can master it, I'll stress it again, it'll be a game changer for you guys. You'll need to, when you're in this position, press L1. What this will do is select a player that is in amongst the pack of players that is on the other side of the pitch. You will then need to aim the cursor 5 to 10 yards in a good area, okay, in the 18-yard box for your player to run into and try and score the goal. You will then need to press cross. So it's square on PS4, and I don't know, I haven't seen a Xbox controller, you know, in a long time. One of the buttons on Xbox, the cross button on Xbox, whichever one it is for you guys, for your Xbox players, you will then need to time the run. It will give you control, once you've pressed cross, it will give control back to the player that you selected, okay? That will give you the chance to run, to start running. And as your player starts running, you will need to time it, and as he's around halfway towards the ball, towards where you've had the cursor, that's when you will need to press cross once again, because then that'll make your player who's taking the free kick do the cross, and hopefully, if all goes well, your player will run in and score the goal. Now, I must stress, if you are looking for a way to practice this technique, okay, the way you can do it is by going into the skill games area, and under shooting tab, then advanced set pieces, you will find advanced set piece. And what this will do is enable you to practice timing that run, selecting the right player, and obviously, you know, getting that hand-eye coordination down pat, because that is the most important thing, is trying to maintain your player on side whilst you're also trying to cross the ball, and obviously trying to not do it too early either, not trying to cross too early, because obviously when you cross too early, then your player will not make the ball, and that's when obviously the opportunity goes missing. But if you can get this down pat with the timing, which I'm sure you guys practice enough in the skill game section, I'm sure you guys will do quite fine. As you can see, lads, this is, you know, a very overpowered way of scoring from these areas of taking the free kicks. However, I must stress to you guys, it will take practice, but if you can get it down pat, this will be a huge game changer in terms of, you know, being able to score those goals that are really important, and for you to really clutch up in FUT Champions. Because I'm telling you now, I do use it in FUT Champions, and as I said before, it has scored me some very important goals. But as you can see from the results, they do score goals. It's very effective, and I hope you guys can obviously get this down pat, because you will really obviously, you know, utilize, and you will really benefit from this in implementing this you know, way of attacking into your attacking arsenal in FIFA. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, subscribe to me on the channel. It doesn't, you know, it's free, so that'd be great. There will be some more tutorials coming up, and obviously coming into FIFA 20, I'll be doing plenty more tutorials. And in fact, I've got a series idea coming to the channel, so be sure to check that out. You know, hit me a follow on Twitter as well. The link will be in the description down below. And I would like to thank you guys for the support. There's a lot of new followers on the channel. I think we're at 5,800 now. And yeah, thank you guys ever so much for your kind and loving support from the bottom of my heart. But that's going to signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys got this down pat, and I hope you can understand how you can do it. I hope I was clear in how you can perform this, you know, free kick tutorial. But that's going to signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out. Have a good day, guys, and peace.